More than a year into the pandemic, the World Health Organization has confirmed what many experts have been saying for months. COVID-19's aerosol threat is real. The updated advice emphasising the virus can spread in poorly ventilated and/or crowded indoor settings, where people tend to spend longer periods of time. This is because aerosols remain suspended in the air or travel farther than 1 metre. Spaces like hotel quarantine.
You might have good ventilation in the rooms, but if someone's opening a door and it's not negative pressure so the air can escape the room, feed into the corridor, and the corridor is quite still air, then you still have this problem that the virus can linger in that space.
While the federal government has acknowledged aerosol spread in most settings and acted accordingly, it still hasn't properly applied the advice to the flawed hotel system.
We have arguably the strongest quarantine system in the world.
Well, that could be true if the whole system looked like the Howard Springs facility in the NT, where quarantiners are kept in separate cabins that vent into the open air. Other states are pleading for the go-ahead on their own plans for regional purpose-built facilities.
It's kind of staring us in the face that there are things that could assist. It's just the Commonwealth doesn't want to do it.
We will continue to see more lockdowns in our capital cities unless we give due consideration to regional quarantine facilities.
So with the door set to swing back open to India, will Australia finally update its approach?
Yeah, I'm curious about what the reticence is here, because that seems like pretty solid evidence that our hotel quarantine system, or just any hotel quarantine system, is the antithesis of what is needed, right? And we are like outdoor country numero uno. Look, we should be able to nail...
We've got a little bit of space.
We've got a little bit of space, we've got a lot of sunshine, we should be able to nail at the outdoors thing. What's the hold-up?
It's hard to escape stubbornness as being a factor in it, or maybe the Hotel Association, you know, the idea that they're all going to lack that patronage.
Oh, that they'd all be empty because tourism is way down from overseas.
Exactly.
But don't you get the feeling the government, every step of the way on this pandemic, has been 2 steps behind what the public have been saying and what the state and territory leaders have been saying?
And epidemiologists.
Yep.
Yeah, right from the very start. And when you think about the way Scott Morrison has handled all of this, it's like he just waits to see what everybody else thinks before he acts.
And now with this emerging evidence, you'd have to think he's going to be forced into action. Why not as well? I mean, the budget is blown. We've got the budget on Tuesday. The amount of debt is where it's at. It's not as though they're under fiscal pressure. Spend the money, solve the problem, throw money at it.
Guys, if we're lucky, some of these facilities will be in time for the pandemic to be over. So that'll be great.
From expert opinions to in-depth analysis and reporting, the Project YouTube brings you the biggest stories from Australia and around the globe. Hit the subscribe button now for news delivered straight to your feed.